Sally Forth Paladins, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command. Orion Pirates. I'm Fleet Admiral Kirk of the battleship HMS Insouciant, as we continue our campaign against the I was about to say the Federation, but no, the Klingon Star Empire. No, not them either. The Lyran Star Empire, or rather, what remains of them. Although last episode you could be forgiven for thinking we were fighting the Klingons, since, well, it was B-11 battleships all day, every day. But we have finished taking care of this little pocket down here to the south, so let's start heading north to see if we can't clean up the rest of the Empire. Before we head out, we're of course going to check to make sure that our ship is fully outfitted. It is indeed. So let us set out into space to see if we can't clean up the enemy force in a relatively short period of time. And we'll take a convoy raid. Clearly it is the enemy attempting to flee from the war, and we've done a fairly decent job of whittling away their primary attack capabilities. Although, if it's going to be a Klingon convoy, and it does look like it is a Klingon convoy, they could have all manner of defenses. Klingons, of course, still have pretty much all of their production facilities, minus a couple of Federation invasions into their territory. But aside from like 2 tiles, they're fully unmolested at this point, so they can build B-11 battleships in massive numbers, apparently. A feat they were not quite able to do in the actual actual Starfleet Battles lore. It's rather terrifying, actually, when you consider just how much power every single one of these empires has because of that. Good, we have more engine power. We're not going to overload the system yet. Main reason because we believe it's a convoy. We're fairly confident that it's a convoy raid. I don't think it's going to be a B-11 battleship. It could be. But I am of the opinion at the moment that it will not be. And if that's the case, we don't need the super heavy weapons. All we need is just a little bit of love and the standard strength weaponry. Though we will end up overloading the phasers when we actually get into combat. So once we get up to pretty much maximum speed, and I think... no, we don't want to unload the Hellwars, as they're kind of important. Oh, okay, so this is not this is not a Klingon convoy. This is, in fact, a House of Korgath convoy, and they have sent a light cruiser to defend them. And the reason we know it's House of Korgath or other pirate is because they're using a pirate light cruiser. And they also have a Klingon vessel. Although, I'm seeing somewhere around here, yeah, right here, they've also got a Hydron freighter, so maybe not. But then again, the pirates always were a little bit eclectic. Albin's a charge, so let's just take every single point of power that we have and throw it... Oh, pardon me, jeez. And throw it into speed. And we'll just dive right off, and we'll nail him with pretty much every single weapon that we have at our disposal, and that should be more than enough to annihilate him if he decides that he actually wants to engage us, which at this point he doesn't appear like he's actually trying to do that. We're doing a speed of 28.7. It's very interesting. Are you going to actually turn in to come? There he comes. Okay, start to slow down. Let's get some power into our defensive systems, mainly the forward shield bouncing that I require. He does have a fusion cannon, which is pretty impressive, and a couple of missile launchers. Just get nice and close and goodbye. Oh, he's not quite dead. Still barely alive. And fighters. Interesting. His speed is down to 14 from 31, so that's a pretty significant drop. Feel the need to point that out for some reason, and your fighters are, well, I'm about to kill them. Maybe not. Maybe it's going to take a little bit more angling on this one. He's actually weakening my one shield fairly severely. It's pretty impressive, actually. Should I just head away from you, or should I just continue to let you exist? I can ignore him, I suppose. How much power do I currently have? 2.0? Yeah, I don't actually have any power because we're starting to charge all of our systems once again. And so we have a little bit of a power shortage. Getting my shields down to red. You know what? Okay, buddy, if you want me that badly, you're gonna have me. So slow down, get the phaser capacitor to full charge, all weapons select. It's only the phaser at this point because we don't have any power for anything else. And I think we're gonna be able to kill him with this one. We did 103 damage with him without overloading, although we do like 160 something when we do overload. So there's that. So we'll line up on the free spirit here and demonstrate why it's not a good idea to pick fights with people a lot bigger than you. Wait up, wait up. Okay. Thank you. He's done for. Alright, all speed to engines, or all power to engines, I suppose, and it's not that big of a convoy, so let's just maximize the speed of time and get underway as quick as we can. Phase capacitor is charging up in leaps and bounds, and we should hopefully be able to catch up to this convoy without too much trouble. We could, of course, deploy our fighters, as they are quite quick and able to get on top of people very, very swiftly, but I don't want to bother. Mainly because I don't want to risk them accidentally getting killed, as that would be very unfortunate on several levels. So we're just going to run up to them and burn them down one by one. They really can't defend. They got 2 armored freighters, but these 2 freighters are not, and so they'll be extraordinarily easy to kill. Assuming we can get within range, of course, which, you know, we shall, but... Incoming missiles. Okay, that's unfortunate. You're dead with phasers. Coming around to you now. All weapons select. You're dead with heavy weapons. Come down. Start to slow down because we are at the front of the convoy. And, well, the convoy is not making it home. Let's be completely honest about this. You're already done for. I mean, you are probably one of the better armed freighters in this entire convoy. Well, I know the missiles are much more powerful, but... yeah, you didn't have the armor to back that up. Come around to the last one. All weapons select. We've got the fusion cannons ready to go. Slow down the speed way. And there we go. And we'll clean up the mine just to make sure that we're a good neighbor in space. And make sure that we don't leave debris around, aside from the floating debris of the ships we just killed. But there's always that. Don't have to worry too much about going on with that one. Should be a relatively cheap one. 280, that's more than I expected. And is that a tile? That's a tile. Okay, on to the next one. We are just gonna see if we can't cut our way through Lyran space as quickly as possible. That is, of course, the desire. Although, you never quite know what you're going to run into, so it could be that we run into, well, B-11 battleships all day, every day. But hopefully we'll attempt to avoid that. So, power, I currently have none, well, 0.5 in excess if we're completely honest. So we'll take this opportunity just to charge up all the systems, and it's another light cruiser. Okay, so we didn't quite need the maximum setup for this. This is a little bit overkill, unless there's a B-11 hiding underneath that. Probably should stop saying if there's a B-11, because eventually there will be one. It'll come after us, and then I'll have been the one who have jinxed us, and we'd prefer not to have that happen. We'd like to cut our way through as fast as possible. So we're just going to line up on him, burn him down. Maybe we'll take less than a minute. You never know. Got about 19 seconds to get there. So we have all kinds of defenses going on at the moment. And you have an ESG, which makes you adorable. Hi, I'm just going to slowly walk up to you. Come back! Where are you going? Like, I'll grant you it's a good idea, but it's not going to save you. Not unless you turn around and run completely away. So he managed to extend his death out to 1 minute and 7 seconds. More power to him. I suppose he did actually manage to beat my expectations of under a minute by 7 seconds, so not bad at all. I suppose 8 if you wanted to count the minute as well. 156 prestige is our reward. Tile neutralized. How path do we want to take this up? Like that? Yeah, okay. So we're just going to go straight up into the corner. Say hi to the Federation while we're out here. And an Enigma. Sure, that'll be a great way to go through things. We could stop by and actually check out the Enigma ship, but I'm not going to bother if I'm completely honest. So let us red alert, increase the ship speed, overload all weapon systems, increase the speed of time, because this is going to take a little while. Hi, what you got here? We've got an ISC heavy cruiser. That's really interesting, actually. What are you doing out here, my little friend? Show me the transporter. He has medical supplies. Oh, good. It's a light cruiser. It's a Lyran light cruiser, so nobody really cared. Let's just pick up the pace a little bit as we charge up our Hellbores and the other fun weapon systems on board. Okay, we'll try and steal it. There's no reason not to. He's a Lyran ship. Do we care? No. No, he doesn't have the firepower even remotely to stop us. Once we decide that we want him dead, he will die. It was the Nova Flash. Okay, we'll remember that for when we make our report. Heavy War Destroyer is no longer in existence, thank you. And we'll come around and destroy the Nova Flash. Just again, good neighbors, cleaning up the area, not leaving mines, not leaving disabled spaceships where people might stumble on them. This is a pretty surprising amount of heavy weapons. He's got 2 Rs and a PPD, which is not bad at all. And he's dead. Lovely. Alright, so the area has been cleaned up, and that took us 1 minute and 4 seconds. We're working on it. We're chugging our way through as fast as we can. Because, you know, if we end today, then tomorrow we get to start an entire new season. I don't know what faction to pick. I need to put the vote up there. I spent a little while the other night in setting up little new emoji icons or reaction icons for the Discord. So I've got one for every single race now in Starfleet Command, which is pretty fun. You're a PPX, but I'm not going to fight you. You think I'm going to do battle with you? That's adorable. No, we're not going to fight you. These two offline because they're just massive power hogs. They're ridiculous power hogs. It's, like I said, ridiculous. Absolutely absurd and crazy. You know what? These offline as well. We'll keep the phasers online because, you know, things could go wrong. We'd like to have phasers of some description. We'll go max electronic countermeasure. And I could throw in evasive maneuvers, but it would be kind of redundant. Unless he starts trying to stop me on the ECM front, which he's not. So we'll just ignore you. Yeah, you're not going to catch me. Goodbye. And that'll be a successful listening post mission. We can already tell that we've done it by now because they're not going to catch us. By the time we make it to the listening post, if they manage to get my shield down from blue to green, I'll be impressed, and I'll consider that a moral win for them. But they're going to have to do it really quick now. Okay, we made it to the listening post. Data stored, transfer complete, mission complete. Easy. Didn't even have to fight the BBXs. They're trying to summon their grandest fleet that they have left, and it's just not really working for them, is it? So we were able to slip away and avoid. Hopefully that'll be a tile taken. I'm not positive on that one. 350 prestige and a tile taken. We'll pop down here. Say hi to the Federation over next door. Hello. We wave to our neighbors. Although we're not quite sure why the Federation is way out here. But then again, we are way up here, so there is that. Alright, so we got a freighter and a light cruiser. We're being escorted by the Red Blade, which has a pair of G-type plasma torpedoes. Not terrible at all. You're an STL. You're a single-tooth lion. That's adorable. Overload the weapon systems. Overload all weapons. We're going to come in here. We're going to annihilate him. We'll turn on him. The freighter might be a Q-ship. No. Ooh, that, on the other hand, is dangerous. Okay, there's an actual battle to be had. So, he's an X-type destroyer, with all the dangers that brings with it. He has an ESG Lance, which is an ESG that he can target and does not miss. It's terrifying. And we try to avoid them whenever possible. How much power do I currently have? 27 points of power on the forward shield. That should be more than enough to be able to handle, that. So he will now come within range. He's not going to be able to cut through our defenses. We'll kill him in basically a single pass. Although that does leave his buddy alive. Oh, you're alive. You shouldn't be, but you are. Oh, that's because several of my weapons did not fire properly? There we go, okay. On to the XIII, because he's dangerous. Slow way down. We need a lot of power back. We need to spend a lot of time back. I should probably slow down the speed of time, but I really don't need to at this point, so I'm just going to let it run. How adorable you're getting into the fight. Come over here. Come fight me. Okay, the Red Blade's dead. How unfortunate. Slow down the speed of time. Something normal. Hi. We have all weapon systems ready to go. How much bumper can I do? Not that much. Okay, we've cut through his defenses. Marines. Yeah, steal me an X ship. And then I don't have any portside batteries at the moment, but don't worry, we'll have something for you soon. Helper's back to normal. And we can turn back into there. Lovely. Phasers to weaken it, but most of our phasers only fire forwards. He's got basically no power left. Oh, that strike that we did really took a number out of him. You're dead. Hi, we've come to steal your advanced alien technology. Wait for it. Okay, now of course there's a single freighter. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, not only did we manage to kill this group, we then stole their most advanced technology. Well, not their most advanced. That was an XDA. I'm not sure what the difference between a DA and a DD is in terms of naming convention, but the DD, in my mind, probably more powerful. ESG Lances are just amazing pieces of technology, and I think they're cool. Because they take away one of the biggest weaknesses of the ESG, which is you can't aim it, because they allow you to aim it. Normally the ESG just creates a bubble, and whoever hits the bubble, well, shuts off your ESG, whereas with an ESG Lance, I get to pick who that I want to deal all my damage to. So it makes it a little bit more reliable, a little bit easier to get off. We're being escorted today by HMS Determination, and we're currently squaring off against an FLG, and don't care about it, and a light cruiser, which is a CWPX. Again, don't really care about it. We should have more than enough power to annihilate him, especially once we overload all the weapon systems. There is, in the distant corner, a freighter. It is an armored freighter of some description, but again, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If it was an X ship, I'd care, but well, you're a war cruiser. You've got nothing. You have brought the proverbial knife to this gunfight. And by gunfight, I mean fusion cannon fight. And by fusion cannon fight, okay, let's be honest, it's really going to be the phasers that are going to do most of this work. So we're just going to line you up. Stop going for determination. Determination, well, honestly, determination is kicking your ass. Okay, maybe determination is always also taking a little bit of a beating. Alright, come back. Stop running from me. I will have your ship. I'm just gonna burn you down bit by bit. You're not getting away. Hellbores to normal. Oh, they're already on normal. Oh, did I not overload my weapon systems? Clearly not. Okay, so we took out the dangerous one. On to the freighters and the frigates that appear to be fighting each other. Wait, really? Oh, PT-3. Oh no, it must be these fighter squadrons. You're dead. And on to whoever's up the last... Oh yeah, it is the fighter that's taking out the frigate. So, we'll just... Wait, what? Okay, so apparently there were 2 frigates who spawned way off over here to have their own little fight. And I suppose we're going to come in and end the fight. So the FLG has managed to finish things off. He's picking up speed, trying to get as quickly as he can, which is a good idea. But then he came anywhere near me, which is a bad idea. And we have demonstrated why. Okay, that should be space all nice and cleaned up. So another 2-3 minutes. I'm not sure we're going to be able to finish today. Just looking at the timer, we're at 15 minutes and 15 seconds. So 288 prestige is our reward. We've got 4 tiles remaining. A convoy raid is not a super quick thing to end. Let's be honest. So this might not end today, although it could. There's an opportunity. That's a BBX. Okay, let's prep for battle here. Forward shields, full reinforcement. Get that underway immediately. There's no sense in overloading the weapon system. Actually, overload them. If we start now, we might be able to get something done. All stop. Electronic countermeasure system 4 and 2 for all the additional defense that we can muster up, and we will launch our fighters shortly. So you are BBX, correct? Yes, you are. Okay, so I was right in my designation of a cave line right there. Fighter squadrons are up, so let's go 2, 3, 4. And you know what? I don't need you. I mean, I could use you. But I think I'd rather send you off to go kill my enemies. Or, you know, annihilate all his pseudo-frigates. There's that option too, as always. Slow down the speed time. Let's get ready for this. I'd like to kill him with my people. With my fighters out, because the fighters will basically gut him. They're really good at it. And since he doesn't have an AMD, I don't have that much to be worried about. The mine is irritating, but he's opened up himself for an easy couple of shots. Like so. I do think I lost a couple of fighter squadrons in that explosion, though. Yes, I did. I lost 1. To return 3 of them, so that'll be... Oh, that's 5 fighters to replace. This fighters cost 150. You're a Q ship, because you've turned off course, and that's the easiest way to tell whether or not one of the ships that you're fighting is a Q ship or not. All weapons to normal, phasers back to overload, because phasers on overload is just too useful not to have. Increase the speed of time to maximum. I called you back. Please listen. You're back. And you're back. Wonderful. Alright, let's go kill this imposter. Hi. You wanted to be something special. We're not going to let you. Oh, my forward shields got very weakened by that one. Try not to take too much damage here. You're dead. On to the next one. Ooh, you're actually possibly dangerous to me. Or at least dangerous to my forward shield. A little bit more damage on that one. Gatling phasers getting involved. Other Gatling phasers, please. Thank you. Hi. You are very dangerous to my fighters, not so much to me. And you. Also a Q ship. Interesting. So as long as I don't give you a shot on my bow, I should be perfectly fine. So that's the speed of time. Got a lot of charging hellbores to get ready. Let's see if we can't keep them on the corner. That way we can just steadily work them down. We've already killed the convoy, so technically we don't have to do this if we really don't want to. There we go. So we did lose a fighter squadron. That's an expensive loss. Fighters are incredibly powerful for us. So if there's a nearby station, we do need to stop by, pick up 150 prestige worth of fighters. Didn't actually manage to penetrate my hull, which is great. 362 for killing. Hey, we can stop back home. Hi, supplies. I need several Marines because I use them to steal that one ship, the XDA, and then I need 5 fighters for 150 prestige. Thank you. Lovely. Set back out. Wait for it. Into space. 3 tiles remaining. Asteroid-based assault. Oh, you're trying to keep me from being able to accomplish this today, aren't you, game? Please tell me I've got like 3 battleships with me. Well, I got a DCR, and we're squaring up against an NTG. All systems overload. By the time we actually make it there, we should be ready and able to go. Reinforce the forward shield. And where is my electronic countermeasure? The little triangle thingy. There we go. Lovely. Perfectly set up. As all things must be. We'll drift steadily on towards the enemy, wipe him out, move on, try and kill the asteroid base assault, which... Well, we're 19 minutes and 11 seconds in, so there is that. That's going to make things a little bit more difficult to actually pull off. But really, it's just 2 tiles. Do we bother waiting? It could be 2 fights with battleships. That could take a while. I doubt it, but it could. But I don't like making my episodes longer than 20 minutes. 20 minutes is about perfect. Make some nice bite-sized chunks, you know. So, like a Netflix animated series or something like that. Easy to digest. Alright, so it looks like he is already beating the crap out of this old taker. So So really should push to get there a little bit quicker, but he's a pirate. But then again, he's a target that, you know, the asteroid base might shoot instead. And he's getting bombed quite heavily. But then he returned fire with the bombs. Are we going to get there in time? That's the real question. So he's lost his pseudo-frigates, which I suppose is a fairly decent amount of firepower. This is just the dumbest captain I've ever seen. Like, several levels of stupidity went into that captain. Alright, so we've managed to kill that. Onto the starbase. And, well, really, you're going to die if you just keep heading towards an asteroid base that has a pretty ridiculous number of heavy weapons. Yeah, shoot all you want. Probably tell him not to shoot me all he wants. Set these to normal. Free up a whole bunch of power into my forward shield to defend myself from incoming fire. And we'll waddle on up to him and fire all our weapons into him. It'll work. I'm positive. Okay, I'm mostly sure. But I don't anticipate too many troubles taking out an asteroid base. We know we can do it. We've done it before. Oh wow, you missed every single shot. That's not impressive. You've officially disappointed me. You're not supposed to do that. Okay, why are you not shooting at me? I'm not against this necessarily, but it does feel a little bit weird that I'm not getting shot at. Alright, I don't want to fire all of my weapons because it's dangerous. Fighters, let's get ready to rumble.
Roger, we're going in.
Just in case.
Roger, we're going in.
I figured you were waiting for something. Okay, so our forward shield managed to actually take all that. So if we can get in relatively close before he gets another shot in, I might be able to hurt him quite badly, especially with my fighters. Oh god, that's charging really quickly. All stop. Forward power, full of shields. I think this is gonna hurt. You know, when he decides to shoot. Okay. Is he not gonna shoot? Okay. Return to me all. If I set this, by the time they turn back around, that should happen. I think I cheesed the system, but I'm not sure. He may have taken out one of them. So, that was odd. Him deciding he didn't want to shoot at me all that much until we got at point-blank range and then decided he was just going to implode. So I suppose that works out for us. 120 prestige is our reward. Tile did not neutralize. What? What is... Oh, there's a station here. Okay. So that's actually going to leave it for today's episode. We're down to the last 3 tiles, but one of them did not go away after we managed to capture it. And the other one is an actual station itself. The final remaining bastion of Lyran Hope. Oh, we're going to have to dig into that one soon. But anyway, I've been Tirak. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. Before I see a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment that I will see you all in the next episode.